So, good morning. Today I want to look at 1 Kings 19, one of the really great chapters of the Bible. And it comes hot on the heels of the contest on Mount Carmel where the prophets of Baal are destroyed. We find a very unexpected turn of events, though, in chapter 19, verse 3. It says, in the English Standard and the NIV, that Elijah was afraid and he ran all the way to Beersheba. Long journey. But was Elijah really afraid? Those are great translations, and I wouldn't normally pick an argument with them. However, the Hebrew word for fear and to see are very similar. And it's possible that the correct translation here is that Elijah looked, or he saw. He saw something, because when he gets to Beersheba, he says, "Take my life. It's no better that I live than I die. I'm no better than my ancestors. I've had enough." He's not a man who's full of fear. He's a man who's depressed. And as he takes his journey, God begins to minister to him, first by letting him rest, secondly by providing food for him so he can be nourished and built up, and thirdly by allowing him to find a time away, a change of scene, where the Lord can begin to minister to him. In that state of depression, God doesn't rush in, but he does begin to present Elijah with some probing questions. "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Elijah's answers express something of that depression. "I've been very zealous for the Lord of hosts. They've pulled down your altars, they've slain your prophets. I'm the only one left." His perspective was distorted. He was not the only one left, but it felt like that. God came in power. He came in the earthquake. He came in the fire. He came in the wind. But he wasn't in those things. It was the still small voice that got behind Elijah's defences and touched him deeply. What exactly did God say? We don't know. It's not recorded. "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Then he covers his face. Was it awe, or was it to conceal the fact that he was weeping? God released him and restored him and reinstated him. Go and call Elisha. He'll be the companion that you've needed to stand with you in your trials. There's work for you, Elijah. Don't confuse faith and hope. No generation sees a complete acceptance of its message. The Lord Jesus himself met with rejection in his hometown of Nazareth and in Jerusalem. So Elijah still has a life and a ministry. It's not going to be of the order of Mount Carmel. Perhaps he expected too much. Perhaps he expected in his life something that wouldn't happen in this lifetime for anyone. John the Baptist went down a similar route. Are you the one, or should we look for another? Depression is a painful experience that anyone can go through, and our spiritual depression can be compounded when we fail to distinguish between faith and hope, those two great cardinal qualities that we need to understand and develop in our lives.